Hello, beautiful people out in YouTube land. Today we're going to demonstrate how to fix a great breakfast. Some of the stuff you've already seen done, like making the biscuits, and of course everybody just about it knows how to fry eggs. But we're fixing brined pork tenderloin that we're going to be slicing ourselves. We're going to fry it and then make gravy in the grease from the tenderloin. And we will put the recipe for the brine up
in the description.
Okay. Now, you start out, you've got to have a good amount of grease. There's probably a quarter cup in there. I don't measure, I just do it. Now, this, I'll let you bring that over. This is the pork tenderloin. And we got it at a lovely place called Galleon's. I love that.
No, we got that at JC.
Oh, this one came from JC, my bad. Most of the time
buy one, get one free.
Yeah, and most of the time I buy it at Galleon's. But this was buy one, get one free, so I couldn't pass it up. It's got quite a bit of fat on it, but the fat won't hurt it. You want to cut it in slices about maybe a quarter of an inch thick. I don't know, I can't judge. About that thick. That's how thick you want your slices. And you'll be frying them, and it takes probably 15 minutes to fry it up. But you just slice that meat, and it smells so good, and it ain't even been on yet. And I just kind of turn my grease around to get it to coat the skillet. But you gotta have plenty of grease. If you don't, you're gonna burn your meat. And I don't care a lot for burnt meat. I like it well done, but I don't want it burnt. See, that's even fitting in there pretty. And we're only going to fry probably 6 or 8 slices, and the rest of it I'm going to be baking. And you just put it in a pan, cover it with aluminum foil, and put it in the oven and let it bake for about probably an hour. Check it and make sure it's good and done. But this meat is so tender and juicy after it's been brined. Brining does a lot. Excuse me. At least I didn't cough over the food. Okay, I think that will probably be enough, because once we get this fried, we will take it out, make the gravy, and cube this up and put it back into the gravy. And we will return when this is done, and we'll let you know how long we fried it and all that, and that way you'll know basically how long it takes to cook this meal. We've got our royal taste tester here, and we ain't even got the meal ready yet. But it's on its way. It'll be done shortly. This is how I fried up my meat to look. I want it nice and brown, but it is so tender. And I've already given her a taste of the meat. I'll let her tell you what she baked.
It was melt in your mouth.
And the grease is finger licking good.
It is good. Very tender. Very good pork.
Now, we're going to make gravy in the meat grease. And we got it. I want the big burner anyway. We got to move it over here.
Look.
Oh, it's still clicking?
Yeah.
I heard that and I didn't fathom it. I had another one of those moments that we talk about. We won't say that on camera though. And I wanted to tell y'all, I don't know if you realize I'm a Christian or not, but any one of you that's out there that's read the New Testament and you've read the different in all the four Gospels, every one of them's different view on Christ's crucifixion. Now, they give you the view of how bad it was. But I always said, if Jesus had known how bad the pain would be, and how little people would appreciate what he did, that he might not have come. Well, I was reading in the Old Testament, in the book of Psalms. I read the 22nd Psalm, and I bawled all the way through it. I'm about to cry just thinking about it. But I've never made that statement again about if he had known ahead of time how bad the pain would be that he might have not come. Because when you start reading the 22nd Psalm, it starts out with the words, my God, why hast thou forsaken me? It is Christ's first-hand account of what he went through on that cross before he ever came. Talks about the bones separating from his shoulders. I mean, don't ever second guess that he knew, because he knew. That's just my little tidbit for the day. But read the 22nd Psalm. You're going to cry, because when you realize that is Christ talking through David, it puts a whole new spin on it. Okay, we need to put some salt in here, and that ain't working. I'm going to have to clean that lid, evidently.
I think it's empty.
No, this is full.
Somebody filled it then. It was empty the other day and I couldn't get nothing out.
And I think it's that pink salt, which ain't worth a dime. Okay, right there. About that much salt, probably a teaspoon. And then you pour it into this browned solution. I let it brown good before I ever started stirring it, because it makes it so much better. Okay. And we just start doing it.
And what's in there? Is that milk
This
or water?
Powdered milk.
Powdered milk?
And I just poured it all in that burner. I'm going to have to get a good one with a spout, besides that big one, because I ain't making that full of gravy. But your gravy is going to be good and brown. That's the Kentucky way of doing it. And I love it. Now, let me turn the burner down a little. But your whisk, make sure you don't have lumps in your gravy. Would you pull them out and look at them and make sure they're not already getting brown? All right, gravy is made. It does not take long, and you got to put that hip action in.
You want these? Or
I want to do it. Okay, they need to stay in there about 10 more minutes. Breakfast will be ready in 10 minutes. Actually, this is brunch. I didn't eat breakfast because I was looking forward too much to brunch. Now, this is how brown that I get my gravy. But if you don't like it that brown, all you have to do is not brown your flour and grease so much. But this is my kind of gravy. Last time I made gravy, it was brown. It wasn't this brown. My ex-husband looked at me and accused me of making wallpaper paste. I said, wallpaper paste ain't brown, it's white. That ain't brown. Okay, now we will need a bowl to pour this into to stir that in. That way we can eat out of a bowl and put this into soak. I'm getting to where I don't like eating off the stove. I want to eat out of bowls. And I'm all dressed up, showing off my ugly old woman legs. But I love my dress. I can't tell you who bought it, but I love it. It does show my girth, though. Oh, this looks so good. Now, this is how Brown Harmon's daddy always got it. He would mix his flour into water, and he would pour it in on the hot grease. He never put the flour directly into the grease. Me, I like it done this way more. I mean, he was a great cook, Harmon's dad was, and his mother.
mm-hmm.
The only people that I've ever ate after that were great cooks was Nell, Rita, Mert, and Dot. Trying to think of the others. But I learned to cook from them.
That is good gravy.
Oh, honey.
I can smell it.
I want you to taste it, too. And it's so smooth. Ain't a lump in it. She's going to taste it raw.
I have to move that one a little. Yeah.
It may not have quite enough salt in it.
It's good.
Is it good?
Mm-hmm.
Salty enough?
Yeah. Because this is really salty, so it's gonna.
Okay.
I wouldn't put any more salt in there. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That's good.
Fellas, I'm going to be wielding the spatula, and you're going to be wielding the nice, big, heavy skillet.
Mm-hmm.
Let me get my spatula before you get it up. Okay. I got it. Now you just pour your gravy in on top of that meat. And then you just mix it up real good. And this is a delicious meal, people. If you've never had good brown gravy, you ain't lived yet. The only person that can make brown gravy better than me would be Willie. And Willie Bush has been dead for quite a while. But that man, oh my God, he could cook. Okay, come in here. Oops. Do you want gravy over your biscuit
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay, you're like me then. You want it over your eggs too?
Time for the world.
You want one or two biscuits?
Just one.
This is going to be the royal taste test of the ages.
Harmon, this looks good. Mm.
Okay. Now see how pretty that gravy is, people.
Ooh, it's hot.
Harmon will call it wallpaper paste.
Well, I've never seen wallpaper paste be dark brown, so.
Me neither.
Mm-hmm.
1 out of 10.
10. Mm-hmm.
We got a 10 again.
Mm-hmm. And that
We're
meat's real
proud of
tender.
ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
The meat is tender. When you brine meat, it makes it so tender that you can just eat it with a fork. You don't have to use a knife. Well, we will be back again, same day, same station. Thank you very much for watching us, and I hope you enjoy our little cooking show that we do once a week. We're proud of it because I want to teach young people how to do this so that they don't have to pay these overinflated prices for food that you get at a fast food restaurant. They need to learn to cook because you can cook better than anything they put out in a restaurant. Just saying. But until next week, you guys have a wonderful day in God.